It had been raining for 3 days straight, and by the third night, the world felt like it had drowned. The road out of the village was gone, the bridges taken by the flood. The only light left in miles came from the windows of a squat, hunched building on the edge of the moors. A sign swung above the door, creaking on rusted hinges. Blackthorn Inn. I don't want to stay there. But when the dark is closing in and the rain claws at your back, you take the only shelter you can find. The moment I stepped inside, it was warmer, but heavier, like the air was holding its breath. The floorboards groaned under my boots, and from behind the desk, she appeared. Thin, pale, eyes darting to the shadows behind me, as though she expected something else to come in. You'll be taking a room? Her voice was barely a whisper. I nodded. Rainwater dripped from my coat to the warped boards below. She slid me a brass key, old and worn smooth, and leaned close. Keep the lantern lit, all night, no matter what you hear. Before I could ask her what that meant, she turned and vanished through a door behind the desk. Upstairs, the room faced the moors. The window rattled in its frame. The wallpaper was peeling. On the bedside table sat an oil lantern, its glass cloudy with age. I lit it. The glow filled the room, pushing the corners back into shadow. It was sometime after midnight when I heard them. Footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. The kind that knows exactly where you are. I opened the door a crack. Empty hallway. The lantern's light spilled only a few feet, and beyond that was blackness. I shut the door, locked it. The footsteps came again, and stopped, right outside. Silence. Then a whisper, right at my ear. Turn it off. My hand tightened around the lantern. I thought of the woman's warning. I didn't move. The doorknob turned. Slow, grinding metal, but the lock held. The sound changed. Not footsteps now. Something heavy dragging along the floor, moving away from my door toward the stairs. Against every instinct, I opened the door again. At the far end of the hall, in the faint glow of another lantern, I saw it, thin as bone, head bent at an unnatural angle, dragging what I thought was a length of wet, black rope. Only when it reached the stairs did I realize it was hair. The lantern in my room flickered, and for a heartbeat, it wasn't in the hallway anymore. It was standing inside my room. I didn't breathe. I couldn't. It didn't move. Just stood there in the corner, face hidden behind that curtain of hair. I blinked, and it was gone. Not walked out, not faded. Gone. I sat on the bed, eyes fixed on the lantern flame. Morning came gray. The innkeeper appeared in the lobby, glanced at me, and said, "You kept it lit." "Yes," I told her, and I saw something. Her face tightened. "Don't go looking for it." That day, I found a journal in the lounge. At first, neat handwriting, but halfway through, the words changed. Shorter. Messier. The girl is crying again. She says the woman with the hair is in her room. I locked the door. The lantern went out on its own. She's gone. Her parents blame me. She's in the walls now. I closed the book. That night, rain like gravel on the glass. I told myself I wouldn't look if I heard it again. Around 1, breathing, slow, labored, right above me. The sound moved toward the wall, down toward the floor, and then the lantern flickered. A whisper. It's warmer without the light. The flame died. Darkness. Alive. Pressing against me. Hair sliding over the floor. I struck a match. In the flare, she was crouched less than a foot away. Head bent low. Hair spilling toward me like fingers. The match went out. I don't remember relighting the lantern. Only sitting, knees to my chest, until morning. The third night came. The voice called my name from the end of the hall. She was there, back to me, hair twitching against the floor like something alive. When she turned her face, eyes too large, filmed over, mouth too wide, hair spilling from it, she slid toward me, pulled along by her own hair. I locked the door. She circled the room, whispered. You turned away. The innkeeper told me the truth the next morning. Decades ago, A girl complained of a woman in her room. The parents blew out the lantern to help her sleep. By morning, she was gone. The thing left behind wasn't her. That night, I faced the door. Footsteps came inside. Hair brushed the top of the lantern. She was on the ceiling. Her mouth opened, and I heard the ocean. Every drowned thing in the world. The lantern hissed and went out. Hair wrapped my wrists, my throat. The smell of the moors filled my lungs. Light, the innkeeper in the doorway. She dragged me out, down the stairs, into the rain. The last I saw of Blackthorn Inn, its windows went dark, one by one. Now when the rain falls steady and the wind moans through the eaves, I hear it, the slow, deliberate drag across the floor, and the whisper, "You turned away. Subscribe if you dare."